President Uhuru Kenyatta's term in office is coming to an end. And the president is a troubled man. The president is having sleepless nights. That's the reality. So today I want us to look at 5 problems which are giving the president sleepless nights. But before we do that, if you're watching this video for the first time, I want you to take a second or two and click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. Because what we do on this channel is we analyze politics. And there's a value which you always get from this channel. So just take a second or two and click subscribe button. Now back to the main issue. President Uhuru Kenyatta became the president of the Republic of Kenya, the 4th president of the Republic of Kenya in 2013. And his term is coming to an end in 2022. But from all indications, the president is a troubled man. He's worried. And the president is having sleepless nights. The president is worried because of the following reasons. Number one, the first thing which is giving President Uhuru Kenyatta sleepless nights is actually William Ruto and Raila Odinga presidential bid in 2022. If you ask Uhuru Kenyatta today, and based on how he's been behaving of late, Uhuru Kenyatta's prayer would have been that we have Raila Odinga, William Ruto, Musalia Mudavadi, Kalonzo Musyoka, and Moses Wetangula in one camp. That's what the president has been praying for. But his deputy is pulling the other direction. So which means these 5 gentlemen cannot work together. So that's the biggest headache for the president. If the president fails to support his deputy William Samoei Ruto, then he will be viewed as someone who betrayed his deputy. Because let's face it, the president made a promise to his deputy publicly and severally that he was going to support him in 2022. But the president is also trying to correct certain past mistakes. And therefore, the president has been pushing for Raila Odinga's presidency. Supporting Raila Odinga's presidency would also mean one thing, that the president is going to betray his support base, which is the Kikuyus and the Kalenjins. Sana the Kalenjins. And can he come up with a compromise candidate? His deputy might not allow that. This is the last chance for Raila Odinga. So Uhuru Kenyatta is actually in a fix when it comes to William Ruto and Raila Odinga's presidential bid. So I'm sure the president is not sleeping because of that. Just this week on Friday, I think on Friday, the president met with Raila Odinga. Kalonzo Musyoka was not there, but was represented by Mutula Kilonzo Jr. He met with Moses Wetangula and Musalia Mudavadi over the Building Bridges Initiative process. So from that particular meeting alone, I was looking at a president who is trying to bring all the political leaders together. But his deputy is pulling in the other direction. And the president has now decided to go the other side. So I'm sure the president is really worried by how things are turning out, especially the presidential bid of Raila Odinga and the presidential bid of William Samoei Ruto. So that's the first thing. Number 2, the second thing which is giving President Uhuru Kenyatta sleepless nights is his legacy. Mwai Kibaki is remembered in this country because he turned around the economy. When he took over in 2002, KANU government, of which the president was the chairperson by then, had actually run down the economy. So Mwai Kibaki turned the economy around. Despite the challenges he had, just like the president is currently having challenges, Mwai Kibaki also faced challenges running this country because of betrayals and the rest. But Mwai Kibaki left a legacy, a sound economy. Mwai Kibaki can be remembered by so many development projects in this country. You talk of Thika Road, you talk of Mombasa, Nairobi, Busia Road. Kibaki is remembered for that. What will we remember President Uhuru Kenyatta with? He had these legacy projects, the SGR, but it was inflated. And the people of the coastal region believe, because it has been politicized, that Uhuru Kenyatta was actually transferring the port from Mombasa to his land in Naivasha. So that project, as much as it was good and it remains one of the best projects, but the cost implication, because the country today is dealing with a huge debt burden, courtesy of such kind of projects. Now, what else can we remember President Uhuru Kenyatta with? In his second term, the president promised the Big Four agenda: affordable housing, food security, universal healthcare, manufacturing, and job creation. So far, none has been achieved. What about the Building Bridges initiative? Running into problems because of politics. So what is President Uhuru Kenyatta's legacy when he leaves office? Unity of the country? Yes, he wanted to unite the country. But which other legacy? So Uhuru Kenyatta's legacy is actually giving him a headache. What about the war on corruption? Was politicized. So he can't be remembered for that. Because so far, I'm not sure whether we've actually won the war on corruption. The third thing which is giving President Uhuru Kenyatta headache is the unity of the country. When President Uhuru Kenyatta entered into the handshake with Raila Odinga in March 18th, 2018, the president had a very good idea and intention. He wanted to bring Raila Odinga on board so that the country could unite. But again, because of politics, his deputy never supported that handshake. So we are in a situation where the president and his supporters, who are supposed to support the handshake, have actually rebelled. We are in a situation where people who voted for NASA also refuse to embrace the handshake. So the president is left there with Raila Odinga hanging there. So he can't achieve unity. And if that unity is being achieved, that now he's working with Raila Odinga and Raila Odinga supporters are on board, what are we witnessing? Rebellion from his base. Central Kenya rebelling against him. The people of Rift Valley are rebelling against him. So far, Uhuru Kenyatta cannot claim that he has achieved the unity of the country, if that was the purpose of the handshake. So that unity of this country is actually giving President Uhuru Kenyatta headache. Number 4 is Jubilee promises. Number 4 is Jubilee promises. When Jubilee government came into office in 2013, they made a lot of promises to Kenyans. They promised Kenyan youths jobs because they were a youthful team. Today, there are no jobs in this country, to an extent that Kenyans youth are now embracing wheelbarrows and mukokotenis. Jubilee government promised to fight corruption. Corruption in the first term of President Uhuru Kenyatta's term in office was the order of the day. In the second term, he's been trying to fight it. But still, we have COVID billionaires, people who saw an opportunity and swindled Kenyans when they really needed the support of the leadership. So, Jubilee promises, you can't talk of them. Let's just talk of the Big Four agenda. Because in the second term, the president wanted to concentrate only on 4 things. Big Four: have affordable housing. They promised 500,000 houses, affordable housing per year. None has been achieved. Because where I am, in Kisumu here, in Nairobi where I live also, I don't see those affordable housing coming up. So he has failed. What about food security? A higher irrigation scheme is coming up, a few here and there, but nothing has been achieved so far. What about the universal healthcare? It was experimented in Kisumu. Some people tells me it's actually working, that you can go to hospital, then get treated without paying anything, and you go home. The president launched it in Mombasa last week. I think Machakos also, they launched it, and Nyeri, but not the entire country. So still it has not achieved, it's not yet achieved. What about manufacturing and job creation? If the president can create jobs for the youths, if he can revive industry in this country, then that will be the best news for the Kenyan youth. But again, that has not been achieved. So basically, Jubilee promises are lingering in the heads of the president. None has been achieved so far. Number 4 is the Building Bridges Initiative. That's another thing which is giving President Uhuru Kenyatta headache. Just like the name goes, the Building Bridges Initiative process was supposed to bring the country together. Today, the country is divided because there are people who support this process. There are people who oppose this process. So it's very difficult for the president to bring the country together and to push for the Building Bridges Initiative process when the rest of the country, when certain Kenyans are still opposed to the process. So Uhuru Kenyatta, wherever he is, I am sure, is really worried at the outcome of the Building Bridges Initiative process. Number 5 is Jubilee Party politics. Don't be cheated. Uhuru Kenyatta is not happy with whatever is happening in Jubilee Party. He inherited a party, he formed a party, TNA, then that party merged with other political parties to form Jubilee Party, which ended up winning majority of seats at the National Assembly, at the Senate, governors, even at the county level. But what are we witnessing today? If elections were to be held today, we are going to have a very weak Jubilee political party. So by the time the president will be retiring, he won't leave a united Jubilee. But that was one of his vision when he joined TNA. So those are the 5 problems which are giving President Uhuru Kenyatta political headache. Even as William Ruto and Raila Odinga are pushing for their presidential bids for 2022 general election. Let me hear your thoughts on this, or if there's anything which you feel is giving President Uhuru Kenyatta political headache. Let me read your comments. I'm going to take the next 1 or 2 hours reading and responding to each and every comment which you guys are going to update here. Thank you guys, and let me take this opportunity also to congratulate Joe Biden for the decisive win in the United States of America. And finally, we have the first vice president, a woman of color, as the vice president of the United States of America. That's a milestone for the women in this country and in the world as a whole. Thank you guys, and please, may you have a good day.